Good morning, welcome to my channel. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm in Derbyshire on the Snake Pass, just down the road from the old Snake Inn, and the plan today is to walk up Fairbrook and up onto the top of KINDER to the Chinese wall. It's a spectacular outcrop of rock. There's some fantastic views from the top of there, so I'm looking forward to a good day. I'm going to walk along the edge for a while, drop back down to the Snake Inn later, and I hope you enjoy the video. Cheers. We just crossed the bridge over the river Outcrop, and I'm just going to turn left here now, up Fairbrook, and make my way up to Chinese wall. Hands are absolutely freezing. But it's good to be out early, nobody around. Like I say, just coming down from the Snake Road, and oh, there's traffic, even this time in the morning, trying to do an introduction to the walk. Every 2 minutes, even at 6 o'clock in the morning, lorries and cars coming past. Anyway, I managed to squeeze something in. I'm glad I'm away from that road now, and I should imagine it'll be pretty quiet today. Well, it will be until mid-morning. I'll see you in a bit. The waterfalls are looking fantastic today. The water's nice and clear. It's a frosty day. It looks absolutely fantastic in the sunshine. Well, about halfway up Fairbrook now. It's not too far to go. The top's covered in snow. That's quite interesting. I'm looking forward to getting up there. When I get up there, I'm going to get my stove out and make myself a brew, I think. So, carry on. Last night I went onto the internet and looked at some local cams at Edale, and I could see snow in the background on the tops on the Edale side. Wasn't expecting it to be on this side, but here it is, and it's very nice too. It really kind of adds to the atmosphere, doesn't it? As you can see, the brook's getting narrower now. The sides almost at the top. I'm at the top of Fairbrook now. I'm going to turn, I'm going to go that way to Chinese Wall in a minute. Might have to take a layer off shortly. Yeah, it's getting a little bit warm. I've seen one person today, that's all. They didn't see me. As I was coming up the final section of Fairbrook, I just saw this head bobbing at the top of the little valley here. It went across, going over towards Mill Hill. So let's carry on a little bit further and enjoy the rest of the walk. I've just arrived at Chinese Wall. I'm going to get a brew in a minute and have something to eat, and well, when I've done that I'll show you around the area. It's just a big outcrop of rocks on the edge, quite impressive. See, on that side is about a 40-foot drop, vertical drop off the rocks, then a very steep bank down about 60-70 feet. So obviously if you was unfortunate enough to fall off there, you'd hurt yourself. I know a few years ago a YouTuber, he's called Pat Dickinson, he while camped in here, this little spot where I'm standing now, and the weather was okay, but it was very windy, and he had to tie his tent to the rocks, guys to the rocks, because you know there wasn't much here really to get the pegs in. Anyway, he survived, but you know, he said that it was a big drop, and he made sure he kept away from it. So I'll see you in a short while once I've had a brew, something to eat, and then I'll try to get some decent footage, because some of the views across the valley here are absolutely fantastic, especially today with the brilliant light. So I think I'll just have a little cappuccino. Oh no, latte. Probably enough in there. Get that boiled up. One. Ooh. Awkward. Go. Put a bit more water in. We've got a flask as well, so that's for later. Put a bit of water in. Yeah, the old Trangia. Normally they do the you know, the methylated spirits stove. They also, I think they also do a gas one. This was just a basic one from years ago. The thing is, it all breaks down just into bits, so the pack's quite small. One thing I haven't got and I do need is probably a windshield. I got it's fairly calm down here. There isn't hardly any wind at all. I should only take a minute. Blast it on. Yeah, today I've only seen 2 people. That's all I've seen all day. I'm not sure what time it is now. It's probably about 10:30, something like that. I set off from the Snake Inn about 6:30. But like, you know, most things, because you're filming and stuff like that, you're stopping all the time, it takes ages. But it's still early, isn't it? I'm retired now, so you know, don't rush around anymore. And the beauty of being retired, of course, is that you can pick your days. Now, I know a lot of people that are on furlough and that. I'm presuming come 21st of June, if the government decides to fully relax things, I suppose a lot of people are going back to work. I should imagine many of you are going to be working from home now, aren't they? Yeah, I think the pattern of work has changed permanently. Nice. Anyway, boiling. Ooh, great little stove that. Chuck that in. I've got a little flask cup in the rucksack over there. The rucksack sitting on top of a rock over there. Oops, whoops. Oh, it's frothed up. I think it's supposed to be a latte, I think. We'll have a slight flavour of pot noodle, but we'll also eat a bit of pot before we die. Right. Looks alright, that. I'm just going to get my cup. And when I said flask cup, it's one of these pathetic little things. That's another thing I forgot. Never mind. Must be my age. Scoop it up. A bit of a stir. Not the best latte I've ever had, but it's wet and warm. Well, I'll just drink this up and then I'll catch you in a bit. This is a fantastic piece of rock scenery, really. Chinese wall. You can see for miles and miles. Although the video's been taken from quite a distance, you see my arm sticking out. That's going over towards Bleaklow, Black Hill, that area over there. Torside Clough on the other side of the horizon, and then this side here, the Derwent Valley, the reservoirs, etc. In there, and right into the distance, you're probably looking at places like Marsden, places like that. It's an absolutely beautiful day, and I couldn't ask for more, really. Brilliant. Well, I'll head off. I'm only about 6 inches from this big drop, so I better move back, and I'll show you around a little bit more in a minute. Just a final clip of Chinese wall before I head off. love gritstone rock sculpture. It's beautiful. Before I set off, I'm just going to have a look at the map. Just a little bit of route finding. I came up here, which is Fairbrook, up to the top. Came down here, and this is where Chinese wall is, here, about there. So we're heading back over to Fairbrook Naze, do a left, go partly down there, around about to that point there, and then straight down the hill to the shooting cabin. You're crossing Ashop Clough, then take a right, follow the footpath all the way back to the Snake Inn. Head down here, it's a bit steep, just got to be careful. Normally I have my walking sticks, but obviously with the camera and that I can't use them, so I left them at home. Anyway, there we are, crossing Fairbrook. Just come up from Fairbrook. I turned left where I said I would do on the map, so I'm kind of walking north-west-ish towards Glossop actually. I'm going to walk along this edge for a bit further, then there's a steep descent and you come to an old ruined shooting cabin. Cross a little footbridge there, turn right, and then it's all the way down the valley behind me, back to what was once the Snake Inn. Got to make my way down this bit of a snowfield. Doesn't look it on camera, but it is quite steep actually, so I'm gonna have to take it steady. You might be able to see some people down below. 3 people, I think they're coming up, then just heading into that valley. Opposite you can see a stream bed going up on the other side. Well, just to the left of that is the old shooting cabin and a little footbridge, and that's where I turn right and then follow that valley down to the Snake. Snow's about a foot deep in places. I zigzag my way down. Should be down there. Maybe sooner than maybe sooner than expected. If I slip. It's all good fun, isn't it? Oops. Ooh. Not a proper style, really. So that post moves as you put your weight on it. Look. Well, there's the old shooting cabin, so navigation was spot on, straight down to it. Just about to cross the footbridge across the river Ashop, just below the ruined shooting cabin. I'm heading up there. I'm going to have a break, have a brew, something to eat. It was hard work coming down that snow up that very steep hillside. And then once I've had my break, head back down Ashop Clough. You can see the cabin behind me. had something to drink and something to eat. And I just thought to just say something about this sort of rucksack of mine. This is a Karrimor rucksack, Hot Earth 45 litre. It's more of a climbing sack than a kind of a hiking kind of sack. But this was actually made in the UK. I think Karrimor brand is still going. I think it's owned by Sports Direct now, but I think the vast majority of the stuff's made abroad. This was actually made in Accrington or possibly Rothenstall in Lancashire. The design and manufactured in there. And you know, they just don't make them like they used to do they? I mean, this is with this material it's called cordura. It's a really thick nylon. I mean, there's no real wear on it. I mean, I've used it regularly, mountaineering, climbing. I even had it on the back of my bike, a motorbike, when I used to go touring on the continent. And it's taken some hammer, but there's no real wear. There's no seams pulling. There's a little bit of fraying here, hardly anything. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, I think they just don't make them like they used to. I suppose if they made gear like this now, I mean, half these companies would go out of business, wouldn't they? Because nobody would be going back for new sacks. But this one is quite nice. It's got like an internal sleeve inside, which there's a foam mat that goes inside there. Inside the foam mat is an aluminium like H-frame inside the foam mat, so you can bend it to the shape of your back. And I bend it like a curve like this, so you get less the air getting between the shoulder blades, so it don't get too sweaty. But if you're just using it as like a climbing sack where you don't want the restriction of the that like subframe, you can take that out if you want, and just have it as a frameless bag. It's easy to move and twist and stuff like that. But most of the time I keep that in there, because I also use that mat because it's closed cell. It doesn't absorb water, so if it's cold weather like it's snow or whatever, I'll pull it out of there and put it down, sit on it. It's insulated. And also it has inside what's quite a good feature is a kind of a bivvy extension there. There's been occasions when I've forced bivouacs, when I've had to get all my gear out and then get my legs in there, draw the cord up around your hips, and I've had 2 or 3 layers on top plus a waterproof. When I've got into really bad weather, whiteouts and things like that, there's a little bit of stitching's come away here, hardly anything really, a little bit of fray in there. Now I spotted that, I'll probably saw it when I get home. But you're probably aware of that YouTuber Pat Dickinson, who's from Sheffield. I mean, he's the guy that he's got still using gear from 20, 30, even longer years ago. He did YouTube a couple of years ago when he had his old A-frame tent. He still uses that now, and it's absolutely mint condition. So I'm the same philosophy as him really. If you look after your gear, then your gear will look after you. Right, so that's enough of that. Had my break now and just heading down Ashop Clough back to the Snake Inn where my car's parked up. My other camera, my iPhone battery's flat, so I'm just going to use my action cam for the rest of the walk. Should be back not too long now. Well, that's the end of the walk today. Hope you enjoyed the walk and the video. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to my channel. Not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing next, possibly going up to the lakes with my son. We fancy doing some wild camping. I haven't done it for quite a few years. He's not done it at all, so it's going to be a novel experience for him. Maybe doing something round Scarfell Pike, around there. So I hope to see you again, and thanks for watching. Bye.